Hi friends, today I'll show you how to make the very popular granny square. It's a very popular old traditional stitch and is a very versatile stitch, and you can use this to make coasters, blankets, and your shawls, even the sweaters. So now we'll see how we make this stitch, and once you are thorough with this, you can easily make a lot of things with the granny stitch, granny square. This is although this is a square, but we start off with the circle, the magic circle. And to know how to make the magic circle, I have given the link in the description for my video on the magic circle. So we will start with the circle, and first we will make the first round. Granny stitch is actually a cluster of 3 double crochet, and so we will start making our granny square. Now what we'll do is we will chain 3, for which will count as 1 double crochet, and then we chain 2 more, so chain 5, and then we will make 3 double crochet in the magic circle. Three double crochet, and then again we chain 2 and make 3 more double crochet in the magic circle. Again chain 2 and 3 more double crochet. So this 3 double crochet is actually one cluster. So again 2 chain, but now we will be doing 2 double crochet because we already have the first stitch as the chain, so this will count as 1 double crochet. So here we make 4 clusters. Now what we'll do is we will join the third chain with a slip stitch here. Now we'll pull this yarn and close the circle so that we get the clear shape, and this is it. Pull it tight so that there is no hole in the center, like this. So this is basically the beginning of the granny square. Starts with a round, and while working in the granny square we call it as like working in the rounds. So now we begin our second round. So what we'll do is we will slip stitch into this chain 2 space. Now these will be the corners where we have done chain 2. So you'll see that in every corner we'll be doing chain 2. So we do a slip stitch and come into this gap, and now again chain 5, and we will do 1 cluster in the same chain 2 space. So 3 double crochet. Here. Now again in this next chain 2 space we will do 3 double crochet, then chain 2, and again 3 double crochet. So we have 2 clusters in this space with chain 2 space again. Now in the next chain 2 space we do repeat the same thing, which means 3 double crochet, then chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Now in the next space also we repeat the same thing. So that's 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. So now we reach the beginning where we started this round. So here we have to complete this cluster. So now what we'll do is we will do 2 double crochet in this space. So here we complete this cluster, and what we'll do is now we join in the third chain with a slip stitch. So here, so we get the round 2 of the granny square. Now in round 3, how we'll start is we will do a slip stitch and get into this space and chain 5, then again we do 3 double crochet, now we have to start doing one cluster in these gaps also, which are being created between 2 clusters. So from third round onwards you will see that you have space between 2 clusters. So we will do one cluster here, and now again we reach the corner. So here the pattern remains the same for each corner. In all the rounds that you do 3 double crochet, chain 2 and do 3 double crochet. And again in this gap we do 3 double crochet. And that is one granny stitch or a granny cluster or simply a cluster. So that's how you have to carry on with making the clusters in the gaps. And in this pattern you see that we have been doing chain 5. So the purpose is that we don't need to do the slip stitch over the stitches. Now if you, let's say if you start your round by doing a slip stitch and then you do 2 double crochet, give a space, and then you do another cluster. So when you will come back, you will be joining in the first double crochet, and you will be required to do 2 slip stitches over the next 2 stitch and then reach this space, because ultimately you have to reach the gap. The stitch which you have to do is in the gaps only, whether it is a corner gap or between the 2 clusters there would be gap. So you see, as you move on in the higher rounds, so what you'll see that the gaps will increase, the number of gaps will increase. So this is the 4th round, so you have 4 clusters in one in on one side. So subsequently, when you move on to row 5, you will have 5 clusters. So then you will have more gaps, and you will be doing the cluster in each of the gap. So that's how we do the granny square. And you with this you can make your projects like coasters, or you keep on increasing it and make a blanket or a shawl. So things like that you can do. And you can also see my video on a granny scarf, wherein we used this 3 cluster stitch to make the scarf. So gradually I'll post more videos on the granny square and the granny stitch, because this is one of my favorite stitches. So but I think for now I have tried to make it very clear, and also I have explained that why you need to do the 5 chain in the beginning of each round. So that will help you, that you just do 1 slip stitch and enter into the gap, so that you don't have to do more slip stitches in the work. So I hope you like the video. Don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe my channel for more interesting videos. Thank you for watching.